Hi, I'm Tony Wagner, NAICU's Director of Online Communications, and today we're going to talk about calculating your Yellow Ribbon Program gap and a little bit about the basic post-9/11 GI Bill benefits payable to every veteran on your campus, regardless of whether or not you participate in the Yellow Ribbon Program. That's a very important point to reiterate, that veterans on your campus are eligible to receive the basic benefit regardless of whether or not you participate in the Yellow Ribbon Program. So, first step in figuring out if you want to participate in the Yellow Ribbon Program is, what is the basic benefit? The VA has calculated on a state-by-state basis the maximum amount of tuition and fees payable to veterans based on the amount they pay at the highest public institution in each state. A list of those numbers are available on the VA website. You can reach that by going to our website, Special GI Bill website, naicu.edu/GI-Bill. We do urge you to check the list frequently. The numbers do change. The VA are still working out some of the numbers. What that means is every veteran on your campus is eligible to receive the maximum tuition and fees payable at a public institution in each state. What the Yellow Ribbon Program does is gives institutions, private institutions, the opportunity to supplement, in case their tuition is higher than the state's amount, that tuition and fees with a dollar-for-dollar match with the VA. So what this amount there is what we call the gap. So, every veteran on your campus receives this amount. Yellow Ribbon Program allows you to contribute to cover whatever else is charged on your campus. If you want to participate, then the first thing you have to figure out is how much is your gap. The way you do that is you go to the list on the VA's website, figure out your state amounts, and apply them to your own. So we'll run through a hypothetical calculation. Say in your state, the VA lists $250 as the maximum charge per credit hour in your state. What you do is you multiply that by the 12, say a full-time term, and you end up with $3,000. That amount is the maximum amount payable for tuition in your state. Remember, we got to calculate the tuition and fees separately, and we'll run through that in a second. So let's put that to the side. $3,000 is the maximum amount payable under the basic GI Bill, basic post-9/11 GI Bill. So let's try your fees. You look at the chart, and the maximum fees payable are $5,000 in your state. Your fees are $1,000. In this instance, your number is lower than the maximum, so you do not have a gap. And that means that the maximum amount payable is actually the $1,000. So let's put that over here. And you come out with the maximum amount payable under the basic post-9/11 GI Bill as $4,000. So let's calculate your gap. You know that your tuition is $5,000 for, we'll say. You subtract the maximum amount payable, you get this $3,000, and you come up with $2,000. That is your tuition gap. Now, you do the same thing with fees. In this case, it's just going to be the $1,000. So let's go ahead and add that to the tuition, your tuition. And you end up with $6,000. And if you subtract the maximum payable, your Yellow Ribbon Program gap, in this case, would be $2,000. It's important to remember that the Yellow Ribbon Program does on an academic year basis. This calculation is done on a term, so multiply that by 2. That is what you would put on your Yellow Ribbon Program. Remember, it's a dollar-for-dollar match, so your 50% contribution would be only half of that, the $2,000 for an academic year. We have a lot of tips on our website, naicu.edu/GI-Bill, on how you can make those contributions. Remember, it's dollar for dollar with the VA. We think this is a great program that private institutions can extend more benefits to veterans, and we urge you to take a serious look.